Is it just me, or are they attacking each other because they're trying to attack me? I think that's probably what's going on. What's up, agents? Welcome back to some more SY SMP. This is episode 3, and apparently I'm still technically wearing my lab coat from yesterday's add-on video, although admittedly it's not going to really change the episode all that much. I just forgot to change my skin back. Anyway, this is episode 3, like I just said, and if you remember, last time we went ahead and started putting together our cactus farm, which I actually went ahead and got finished off camera because I figured I wanted to go ahead and get the production started. And there actually are a few other things that I did technically do off camera. So as I said, I actually wanted to go ahead and set up a system so I would be able to collect the cactus up top, which I've already done. So I've actually got a system set up right here. Technically it's down at the bottom, but I don't really have a good way of getting down there to show you. So what actually ends up happening is that when a cactus breaks off and goes into the water stream, it's going to land in a hopper, which is going to push it into a dropper. The dropper is going to shoot it into this bubble column and then eventually make its way up and into this chest. And as you can tell, I've actually got almost 2 stacks of cactus so far, which admittedly is not really all that bad, all things considered, but it could technically be better. I have seen people who have made ridiculous cactus farms that within just a matter of like maybe 10-15 minutes can produce several stacks of cactus, but also at the same time, those cactus farms those people make are incredibly massive and are incredibly efficient, apparently, despite the fact that, well, cactus farms, because of the way they're situated, cactus can fall on top of each other and destroy themselves, making them not near as efficient as other farms. But you know what? The fact that I'm actually producing cactus in the first place, I did say I technically want to sell this at some point. That is still technically my plan. But I would like quite a bit more cactus than this before I start selling. Again, like I said, having almost 2 stacks of cactus, not necessarily all too bad considering the current size of this cactus farm. Now, there are actually a few other changes that I have technically made since last episode. First thing I want to mention, I did technically do some mining again in between episodes. Like I said last episode, I did some mining, was getting resources, and I got a little carried away. And I'm going to apologize again. I did technically say that I'm going to do a mining episode eventually, and I do promise that it's going to happen. But considering it's still technically early on in this realm, I'm probably going to be doing a few mining sessions off camera because I want to get like maybe a few diamonds, which I did technically already get a few diamonds. I'm going to get plenty of iron. I want to get gold, lapis, redstone. If I get lucky, I may eventually find emeralds, but I can't necessarily say that's going to happen. But yeah, I did technically do some mining in between episodes, like I said. And also, I constructed this little building right here, which if we go ahead and go inside, we've got ourselves a nice little place. It's kind of confined in mainly, but this has a bed, a chest, a furnace, which is there anything inside the furnace? No, there's not. And I've also got myself a fishing rod, which I went ahead and took some fishing rods that I got enchanted from fishing and combined them in an anvil. And so I've got the best of every possible enchantment. So I've got Unbreaking 3, Luck of the Sea 3, Lure 3, and Mending 1, and I called it Zero Fishmaster because that is technically what I tend to call it. So yeah, I have been doing quite a bit of fishing off camera because I want to get a few resources in. Apparently it goes black whenever I go under. I did technically encounter a slight glitch right before I started recording, so I may have to get off of the server and completely closed Minecraft and reopened it in order to fix that problem, because it was fine earlier. I'm not sure what caused it, but there are a couple other things that I did do off camera. I did do a ton of smelting that I want my fish out. There we go. So I did do a ton of smelting off camera. If you take a look, I've got a whole ton of glass that I smelted down. I also happen to have, I do believe in this chest, yeah. So here is the couple of the 6 diamonds that I do have, and I also have a diamond pickaxe somewhere, and I also have an enchantment table somewhere. But also, I did end up making 4 stacks of cyan stained glass and a couple of stacks of hardened cyan concrete. And I also have some stone bricks and stone brick stairs, which those are actually going to end up getting used in this particular episode. And we'll explain that in just a little bit. The first thing that I want to do, I actually am going to be heading off to spawn, because I found out there's actually a skeleton spawner over at spawn, and it has technically been turned into a skeleton grinder so that you can go ahead and get levels and materials. And I actually do want to properly use this farm to get bones. Now, before I go any further, I do want to mention that I honestly do not know whether or not this skeleton farm is technically owned by someone else. So if you happen to be the on this server and you happen to either know who owns this farm, or you are the person that owns this farm and you are not okay with me using this, just politely let me know, because I did mention last episode that apparently someone by the name of Black Sparrow did not like the fact that I was living on a particular island on episode 1, so he asked me to move. So I did that in between that episode and the last episode, which is why I'm here now. So if you do not want me using this particular skeleton spawner, just politely ask me not to, or maybe you want some sort of donation, because I think someone else said they also have a skeleton spawner and they want a donation in order for me to use. I don't know. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna head to spawn. I'm gonna need the bricks that I made, but I'm also going to head to spawn and get started on this project. But as I mentioned, there's some sort of glitch that's currently going on. I don't understand what happens. I'm gonna have to completely restart Minecraft to hopefully fix that problem, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get into what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna be over at spawn by the time the next edit comes in anyway, so it's not like you guys are gonna know whether or not I actually close Minecraft. Alright, so we are technically coming up on the skeleton spawner. It is just inside this little river bend right here, and I would like to think that my stuff is still here. Yeah, it looks like my stuff is still technically here. I was here online in between episodes, just kind of getting things set up to go ahead and get started with this project, because I do technically want to kind of make this place look a little bit better than it technically is right now. I mean, at least it's a working skeleton farm as it sits right now. I will readily admit that right now. And I don't know who it is that made this skeleton farm, but we can go ahead and go down to the bottom. So we've got ourselves some bubble gums. Let me go ahead and squat. And so yeah, we do have quite a few skeletons down here we could go ahead and take out, which I might do that in just a little bit. But again, like I said, the reason why I'm here is because I kind of want to make this place look a little bit nicer. But I will readily admit this is technically not my place. I don't know who owns this, but I figured at least making it look at least better and a little bit more pleasing might actually be a rather good thing to know. Now, here's my problem. I did say I have stone bricks, and I do intend to use them. Here's the problem. I only have a stack of these stone bricks, and I made way too many stone brick stairs for whatever reason. This isn't necessarily like one of those things where I made a whole ton of these by accident. No, I had to actually go into the crafting guide and select them myself, although I will readily admit when I was hovering over them I did technically press my Y button on my controller. I will readily admit that. So I guess 50-50 on it actually technically being my fault. I don't know. You guys probably have your own opinions on how you feel about what I just said. Anyway, regardless of that, yeah, like I said, I want to make this place look at least somewhat nicer, and I may need to get online in between episodes and get more cobblestone so I can go ahead and smell it back down into smooth stone so I can make more stone bricks. I'm probably going to have to do that regardless. But yeah, I do at least have some proper materials to at least get started with this project. And the first thing I do want to go ahead and technically do, I have some chests, some ladders, and some hoppers that I want to go ahead and make use of. And actually, you know what? Before I do this, I should probably go ahead and grab at least a couple of these shovels, because here's what I want to do. I'm going to go ahead and head down to the bottom of this, and I want to expand how much room is technically down here in order to get resources, because I think that's probably a good thing to go ahead and do. Is it just me, or are they attacking each other because they're trying to attack me? I think that's probably what's going on. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to figure a way to properly set this up. And actually, let me go ahead and do this really quick, because here's what I want to go ahead and do. I'm going to set up a couple of chests like this. Actually, before I go ahead and do that, let me go ahead, break this hopper, and then I'm going to go ahead and go around like this, because all I'm trying to do right now is expand the storage a little bit for these chests for the skeleton farm, because I know for a fact from personal experience that eventually a single double chest is going to completely fill up. And there's apparently a cave down here. I wasn't expecting to find a cave, and I'm not going to be exploring it in this particular episode, but this is actually kind of interesting. May come down here later and get a few materials, maybe. That's not a guarantee, although admittedly, if someone wants to actually use this, they are more than welcome to do so. I'm not gonna deny them access to this. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and at least close this place off for at least right now, just in case anything spawns down there. They're not actually able to get up. Okay, so that's at least good. All right. So here I'm going to need to go ahead and break this down. This is going to make a mess on the floor. I know as much. I know that for a fact. It is technically how inventory blocks work. I will clean it up. Alright. Okay, that dropped a lot more than I thought it was going to. Not a problem. Alright, so here's what I'm going to go ahead and do. I'm going to go ahead and break down some of these blocks. So let's see. I've got myself 8 chests in my inventory, which comes out to 4 double chests, and then there's 2 chests right here, so that's 10. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I'm also going to need to break down at least this far, and I should, and that was not good. I was not expecting that. Again, I guess I can't say I'm surprised. Let's do that. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and dig down one. I'm going to go ahead and dig down right here. And you know, I'm going to go ahead and dig out at least right there and put down a torch. So let's go ahead and get, my gosh, my inventory is a complete and utter mess. Alright, let's go ahead and put that in there. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. Let's place down the ladders like that. Alright, and so the next step is to go ahead and start putting down these chests. And oh, right, I have no room in my inventory whatsoever because of everything that's spilled out on the ground. Alright, fine. Alright, let's go ahead and break down some of these blocks so I can at least get down there. So let's go ahead and place down these chests. It's not where I want to put it. Alright, let's go ahead and pick this back up. Let's go ahead and place down all these chests and place this down right there. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up this particular chest in just a moment. So right now what I want to go ahead and do, let's go ahead and break down a few of these blocks so I at least have a little bit of a staircase. Let's go ahead and place down another torch just in case anything spawns. And we're going to go ahead and hook up the rest of these hoppers. So go ahead and put this down. And actually I do want that. So let's go ahead and put these down like so. And that should at least hopefully add a little bit more storage space to this farm. It's at least the whole point of why I'm doing what I'm doing. Alright. So here's a good question. Did I actually end up... Oh, I just realized, I need out of here. Alright. And admittedly, this episode's going on a little bit longer than I would like to. Admittedly, I'm not, like, as far into the video as I normally like to go to before I actually end things off. Alright, let's go ahead and cut this up at least. Alright. So let's go ahead and pick up this chest. And then I'm going to go ahead and get all this set up. And I'm going to work on getting the exterior, if it could technically be called that, of the actual entrance working. So let's go ahead and pick up, we can actually, you know what, I can go ahead and just throw pretty much most of this into the hoppers. It's actually probably the best place where I can go ahead and do it. You know, I'm actually going to hold on to the bones for right now because I actually technically am going to end up needing the bones in my base. Hopefully whoever owns the skeleton farm doesn't mind too much. So this will hopefully allow at least quite a bit more space inside of this skeleton farm, and hopefully whoever made the skeleton farm doesn't actually mind all that much. I figured this would probably be pretty useful in the long run, all things considered. So let's go ahead and cover this back up. And okay, so it's right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. There we go. All right. So there we go. We have, okay, so admittedly it's going to be a little bit harder to get to the, actually, is it going to be harder to get to the, actually, no, it doesn't seem to be any harder to get to the XP. So that's at least somewhat good. Something I probably could set up is a sticky piston to cover this floor up so that you can get in and out easily. I might do that a little bit later, but right now my next project is going to be to clean up this place. And I'm going to be spending a little bit of time off camera working on this because I spent more time than I would have liked to down at the bottom, but then again, they technically want to expand the amount of space down there, and I did definitely do at least somewhat of a decent job. I mean, it's not necessarily the best job, but the good news is at least you can still get to the XP, or at least this XP can still at least find its way to you, and because the skeletons are on top of hoppers, at least you're not gonna lose any items, so that's at least good. So I'm gonna get to work on at least starting making this place look a little better. I don't think I'm gonna get done by the time this episode is over. I'm already at the point where I normally would technically end the episode off, but let's make some sort of progress down there. So give me a few moments. I apologize, this is not making it into the actual video. The progress not, well, the actual process of me putting it together, but running short on time already, and that's definitely not helpful. I will be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and finished it, and here's a little funny story about finishing this. So I thought I was recording because I looked at my taskbar, and apparently it said I was recording, but I guess I was just technically paused. So I started talking thinking I was recording the final clip, and apparently I wasn't. So I actually had to get on like maybe 2 hours later after I technically already finished the project, just so I could have this final clip recorded. Not that you guys really care all that much. I mean, I'm finishing the episode off anyway. So I had to get more cobblestone so I could smelt it down, so I could make more stone bricks, and I went ahead and finished the entire downstairs area as well. One thing I also ended up doing off camera is I went ahead and I set up this little lever right here, which if I go ahead and flick this lever, it's going to pull back a piston, which is going to allow us to get down into here so that we actually have access to everything inside of the just literally all it is that's back here. Let me go ahead and show you guys. Literally all that's going on back here is this lever is inverting this redstone torch, which is, well, powering and unpowering the piston. That's literally all it's doing. So it's not even complicated redstone. In fact, there's not even any redstone dust to begin with, because I figured people might like to stand up close in order to get experience. Although I did already find out that you can technically still get experience from this, which is at least good. So at least that's going up for the project. But yeah, I got the entire interior of the inside completely finished off. I've got the exterior done already, and I do actually have a few minor one minor detail I do still want to go ahead and put in place, and that's to actually make a band. I have the stuff in my inventory already. I actually need to go ahead and, oh, I don't actually have a stick in order to do this final thing. I thought I had a stick in my inventory. Apparently not. That's okay. I can grab one single log. I'll go ahead and make sure I get the rest of this tree taken down, because I know people are going to complain on this realm that I didn't actually finish taking down the entire tree. So I'll make sure to go ahead and get the rest of it taken down. But I do have a banner that I want to go ahead and put into this place, because I figured that might add a little extra detail. And also, I do actually want to put in a few windows. I should technically say that is actually another thing that I want to go ahead and do, is put in some windows. And I thought iron bars might look kind of cool for this project. So there we go. We've got, that is not where I wanted to put it, but at least I can pick this up without a problem. There we go. Alright, so let's see, did I get it back? Yes, apparently I did. Okay, so there's that. So let's go ahead and make this banner. This is going to be the last thing I'm going to be doing for this particular episode. So I'm going to go ahead and place this in here. Place in 3 light gray dye across like this. Let's go ahead and pull that out. Let's go ahead and put this back in here. Let's grab 1 piece of light gray dye, put it up in this corner, and we're going to do the exact same thing in the bottom corner. So let's go ahead and place that in there. There we go. So now we just have 3 more patterns I want to go ahead and put in here. So I need to go ahead and put in that. So that's 1. Let's go ahead and do the exact same thing on the bottom. And you know what, I'm going to go ahead and put 2 in here for right now. So let's go ahead and take that out. Let's go ahead and put this in here and put in that. And that, I do believe... Hold on, I think I just messed this up. Yeah, I think I just messed this up. Hold on. Let me go ahead and see if I can go ahead and... You know what? I'm going to fix this banner off camera, but by the time this episode is done, this banner will actually be properly done. I just messed it up a little bit without even thinking. A little bit, actually technically is my bad. So anyway, this is where I'm going to go ahead and end things off. Can't believe I messed that banner up. I don't know how I managed to do it. Anyway, yeah, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure that like button. One more, to make sure that subscribe button for future content. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at AgentCP0 to stay updated. This has been Juice. Thank you guys for watching, and with that, I'll see you guys later.